Okay, so I'm here with, what's your name?
Nicole.
Nicole.
Steve.
And are you homeless right now?
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about what happened? How'd you end up homeless?
Well, I came down here 8 months ago from Dallas, Texas. I started working for a McDonald's at a food city over here on Van Buren and 35th. I lost both jobs because of social distancing. I pretty much couldn't afford my rent after I lost both jobs. And I started sleeping in my car with my family. My mom and my daughters right now are inside of Fry's, pretty much washing up, just until we could try to get back up on our feet. I went to shelters. A couple of the ladies that worked there told me that, well, I'm doing better than most people because I have a car. They had to send us actually away because they didn't have enough bedding or housing for us, because there's a lot of other people pretty much starting to live out on the streets, losing their jobs and their homes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, right now, like I was saying, there's an explosion of like homelessness out here in Phoenix, Arizona. And a lot of people are wondering like what's behind that. Is it because of the COVID-19 or what do you think it is?
A lot of it is because of COVID, and I don't want to be too explicit because of this. A lot of it's because some people, choose to, but I can't sit here and lie and say a lot of people do. I mean, I've seen some younger ones that are, not so well. They're messing around, and a lot of the older ones, it's because of the COVID. I can't sit here and lie. I've seen a couple people that's, a couple of personal friends that I've made out here told me it's a choice.
Yeah.
And a couple of friends that, my mom's talked to said they would love nothing more but to get back home, to be into a warm, comfortable house.
Yeah.
So it has a lot to do with COVID, and it has a lot to do with some people's personalities.
And what about like all these guys that are hanging out over here in the parking lots? Like, what are they all on drugs or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Half of the guys out here that's why me and my mom, we try to stay as safe as we can. We put ourselves inside of our car and we park in our old apartment complex.
Mm-hmm.
Security guard that works out there pretty much, keeps an eye on us. When I have to go to work, we'll try to find work when I'm going out there and signing applications and doing, or embarrassed to say, panhandling for food.
Yeah.
The security guard watches my girls, pretty much even had officer try to help us out, and that's the God's honest truth. Even an officer got a headache trying to get us into a shelter.
Yeah.
That's why, we're in the car. A lot of people don't understand. A lot of people think it's just, some people are doing it for just the heck of it, but some people really do need help,
Yeah.
And a lot of the people that, a lot of the people who haven't been affected by COVID thinks that it's just everyone out here is just doing it for fun. But no, there really are people that needs help out here.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen older people trying to stay warm. I've seen younger people trying to, eat. And just some people are just like, no, they just think it's all for the drugs and everything. It's not right.
And what about you? Do you do any drugs?
Mm-hmm.
No.
I've been clean, so well, I can't lie and say my life haven't been affected by drugs. My ex-husband was a drug addict, and I tried to be there for him, but the whole reason I'm in this mess is because I left home. I came all the way here just to get away from him, and because of that, I lost both jobs, I lost my home, I lost pretty much everything. The only thing I got is my mom, my kids, and my car, and I'm hoping that I'll get back up on my feet soon.
Yeah. So you came all the way from Texas. Did you have any family out here?
None. I had an aunt and uncle over in Flagstaff, but they moved about a year ago without letting anyone know, so they're back east now.
So what made you decide to come to Phoenix?
I heard a lot of good things about it. I heard, it's peaceful for raising a family, especially something that I wanted to do. When I was 16, I was told I was never able to have kids.
Mm-hmm.
I got blessed when I was 20 years old with my angel and my miracle, and pretty much I heard Phoenix is a normal, safe place to raise a family.
Yeah.
Versus back home in Texas or anywhere where my ex-husband was born at, like around California and stuff. Like, this is pretty much right in the middle of it, so.
Yeah.
It's safe, it's comfortable. It was like before, until you became homeless. Once you become homeless and you lose your coziness, it's not fun.
So there's 2 other people living with you in the car?
Sir, I won't lie to you, I pretty much don't know where they're at right now.
Do you own like a van or something, or?
Just the regular Toyota Camry, 2002 Camry.
And there's 3 people living in there?
4, me, my mom, and my 2-year-old twins.
4?
Yes, sir. We try to do as best as we can to make it as
really
comfortable as
sad.
possible.
Have you been to any like places like shelters, like
I
they'll
went to
take you
U-Mom.
in, like U-Mom? Salvation
Center,
Army.
St. Vincent de Paul. Actually, one lady at UMOM told me that right now I'm as lucky as I can get because they was literally forced to turn some people away that didn't have vehicles because of so many people with the holidays and with COVID. It was just like
so they're also getting affected because of the COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah. You would think that in a global pandemic like that, they will ramp up their services, and
they don't. They really don't. Food banks, shelters. It's pretty much a homeless person's a homeless person. That's all there is to it. Once you lose your home, once you lose basically your outer shell, because that's how my mom used to explain a home and a normal person to me, is your one outer shell. The minute that cracked open and you're left bare like this, that's when people just take advantage. You know what I mean? It's like they don't even care. And it's like once you don't have a job, you're not a person anymore. You're nobody anymore. And that's just how that is.
And when you're out here panhandling, is it easy to get people to donate money to you, or no? It's
There's
not.
a very few people that actually is willing to sit there and hear your story and actually help you. I've seen a couple people today actually just look at me, spit, and slam their doors. And one lady told me that she's gonna go and buy the kids food because it's the only reason that I do panhandle. Because if it was me by myself, I wouldn't even give them the satisfaction of asking them for help. I really wouldn't. But I have to for my daughters. I absolutely have to sometimes, because here on the weekends, and which I've never heard of that before, the weekends in Arizona, the food banks are closed, like Saturday and Sunday, which you are forced to panhandle sometimes to get food. And there's very one or two people that'll actually stop and listen to you, let alone help you with food. Because the way I ask people is I tell them I don't want money, I don't want change. I don't want them to give me any kind of money, and I don't want them to give it to me, anything. They want to buy the kids food.
Yeah.
More than comfortable with that. If they're comfortable with buying, whatever they're comfortable helping with, whatever they're comfortable. I always make sure the person I'm approaching is comfortable helping me, and that I'm not making them uncomfortable,
Yeah.
Some people, I tell them just to go inside and buy the food if they want to, not a lot, because my girls, they don't eat much. Sometimes I tell them, me and my mom, we don't even want the food. We'll skip on a meal as long as they can help us with the kids. And it's very rare that some people will help. Very rare.
And like you were telling me earlier about like the drug, like what was that, the new drug that you were saying, like there's some pills?
A synthetic, it's a what do you call it? It's a fake Percocet 30. A lot of people call them, excuse me for saying a Mexican 30. I'm not being racist or anything, it's just that's what they say.
That's the term for it.
Yeah, but it's fentanyl. It's a fentanyl 30. It goes and goes and goes, and it's just.
So is that supposed to be the Percocets, but they're really fentanyl?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's basically a fake Percocet. Basically, it's not real oxycodone. It's just fentanyl, in the image of a little tiny blue pill. And that's pretty much what people's doing. And
do they resemble each other, or?
They do a lot. It's very easy for a person to get confused with it.
So are they like actually trying to trick people, believing that they're Percocets and they're not Percocets, they're actually fentanyl?
Yeah, that's exactly what they're trying to do, because if it was coming out to be any kind of a new drug, it would have its own shape, its own thing.
Yeah.
But instead of people popping it or people, sniffing it, they're putting it on foil and they're just smoking away.
Okay.
They're smoking their lives away.
Yeah, because I seen a lot of these guys over here, they carry around foils and like straws with them.
Yeah.
And I was like, like I was always wondering, like, what is that,
Yeah, no, it's the smoke.
Because that's like a new thing for me, like.
Yeah, and okay, the way it is, because like I said, my ex-husband's family came from way back of drug addicts. I tried my best to help him because I felt sorry for him. But because of that, it just turned me out to be like this. It turned me out to be homeless. I put all my strength into him and just pretty much lost everything because of it. But yeah, before it was heroin, and that was the major pandemic. Now you can't even find heroin. That's what some people told me.
Yeah.
Now it's just blues. That's the name for it, blues. That's what they call them. They call them blues. Anyone you see sitting down, hiding, putting a sweater over their face, anyone with a sweater.
Yeah, I noticed that. They put their sweaters over their head or their shirts. Yeah.
And that's because the wind. That's because it's hard for them to smoke their dope out here. It's messed up, especially when a person has kids homeless out here. It's scary because a lot of people don't know the difference between someone who's smoking the dope, or it's just really affected by the pandemic. Because a lot of people come out here and they lie and they say, oh, I lost my job because of COVID, or I lost my job because of this, or I'm new here. And I'd rather let people know that I'm not new here, that I've been here 8 months, 9 months, almost a year or so. And I just want to let them know that, I'm trying my best to do what I can for my family.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people that is trying to do that. It's just hard out here for some people, And I really don't know what much to say.
And how easy is it to get the fentanyl out here?
Oh my God, all you gotta do is walk by and say smackers. And you got 5, 10
smackers?
Oh. You got 5, 10 different people. Like, hey, you got some, you want some, or you need some?
That's crazy. All the new terms that they come out with.
Yeah, smackers, what is it? What is it? Yeah, it was smackers, down, slump.
Yeah.
Slump, yeah. I pretty much I seen a person right back over here laying down right there.
Mm-hmm.
And he looked at me and I asked him if he was okay. He's like, I'm slumped out. I'm smackers, bro.
So is that what it makes you do? Just kind of get sleepy and slump out, or?
Mm-hmm. It puts people like in a zombie stage.
Oh yeah.
And it's weird. It's like, okay, it's hard to explain. It's embarrassing because I really wouldn't sit here doing it. But you'll see someone standing like this.
Mm-hmm.
And just go like that out of nowhere and just like dance around for no reason.
I used to see that with heroin use.
It's
like they fall asleep while they were standing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
so it's similar to heroin.
Similar to that, but so much more worse. Okay, the only way to explain it is, have you ever seen a toddler playing like that?
Yeah.
That's the way I've seen a couple of people out here do it. Like they'll just sit there. You think that they're talking to each other, but they're just doing that to each other.
So while you're like on that drug, have you tried that before? Oh, do those people go and hallucinate, or what is the effect of it? Like,
I've heard if you smoked enough of them, yeah, you could.
Oh yeah.
If you smoked enough of them, one person thought they was talking to their mom. They thought I was their mother.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I was trying to walk away from him, and I swear, I really mean that. There was literally someone trying to follow me just 2-3 days ago, saying I was their mother, until I screamed in their face and told them to go away from me.
Yeah.
But I had to have the security guard take them off the property.
That's crazy.
Because me and my family sleeps here in the car, and there's a lot of them that's mean. There's a lot of them that's conniving. I can't lie and talk bad about all of them, because there's some of them that'll help. Some of them that panhandles out here that gets food, and they don't want the food, they just want the money.
Yeah.
They'll come and they'll give the food to the kids and stuff, so I can't really talk trash about all of them. So.
How much do you usually make panhandling a day?
Well, not really much. I'm gonna put this on it.
Yeah.
Not really much, really about $20 a day, like if I'm lucky, that is.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I meet someone really nice, if they're really, really nice, I mean, they'll help you with a $20 bill and stuff. They'll be, extra generous. But those are the ones I was talking about, the ones who actually take the time and listen and want to help. I had one lady take me yesterday and buy me $20 worth of food for the kids, and give me a $20 bill just for later on.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. So, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
27.
27. Really young. How long do you think until you get in a better situation, like get out of this situation?
I'm hoping very soon.
Yeah.
Very soon, I'm hoping. And, my aunt and uncle back home in Corpus Christi, Texas, they said, excuse me, that they could try to help me when I get there, because I tried to do that unemployment, the one that they're doing for everyone out here. I've seen a lot of people actually get it. Me, it said my name and my social security number didn't match each other, which I've always, I run it, not my first apartment here in Arizona. I've run it a couple of places, which means my name and my social would have to match each other. It would have to be my identity. So pretty much that's what happened. I'm just waiting to get home.
Okay, for my last question,
Yes, sir.
if you had 2 wishes, what would they be?
For people to be a little bit nicer to each other, and for the drugs to not mess up so many people's reputations. That's what it would be.
Okay. Well, thank you for this interview.
You're welcome.